Good morning, Michigan. A very pleasant Thursday to you. Michael Patrick Shields, heard all across the state of Michigan. No rain, nor sleet, no hail, nor snow. What is it can stop the postal workers? What is the credo of the Postal Service? It's the Vice President of Corporate Communications for the United States Postal Service, Sam Pulcrano, and Timothy O'Malley is here too. Gentlemen, what is that postal creed again? Do you remember?
No, American letter carriers will deliver the mail.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Rain, sleet, and snow, letter carriers will deliver the mail.
That's pretty good stuff. Thank you very much this morning for being with us. It's Michael Patrick Shields, heard all across the state of Michigan, 7 minutes after the hour. Don't forget this weekend in your, well, you maybe got one yesterday. I got one yesterday too. It's a little plastic bag that came in the mail, and on Saturday you can leave canned food on the porch, and the Postal Service will pick that up for you. They'll pick up pounds and pounds and pounds of it, the donation, and they will take it and give it to needy people, Americans facing hunger. And the point of the matter is, too, that they wouldn't be able to do that if there weren't Saturday delivery, but some people think Saturday delivery could go away and should go away because the Postal Service is losing an awful lot of money. And one of the ways that they may be able to stop losing so much money is to not have Saturday delivery anymore. Of course, that would cost jobs at the post office, too, and there's talk of closing branches and that sort of thing. But this Saturday, for sure, your letter carrier will be there, and so if you want to leave out a food donation in that plastic bag that they left for you, or in any sort of bag at all, they'll take care of it for you, pick it right up, and get it where it needs to go. 8 minutes after the hour, stumbling out of the blocks again this morning. Nice to have you with us, though, wherever you are, in Mount Pleasant, Petoskey, Traverse City, Hastings, Lansing, Saginaw, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Muskegon, and St. Joe Benton Harbor. Very good to have you this morning. Now, here's the question for you. Do you believe Osama bin Laden is still alive? You saw the video. You heard it on the news. You saw the president say Osama bin Laden is dead. But 1 in 5 likely voters believe that Osama bin Laden is not dead. 1 in 5. 81% believe the terrorist is dead. 11% have doubts that he's dead. 8% are not sure. Doubtful to a degree of the Obama administration's official report. Who are these doubters? They tend to be Republicans, 25% of them, and those born between 1964 and 1978. Born-again non-Catholics, those without a college degree, and residents of rural areas, those without a passport, weekly Walmart shoppers, those who attend a place of worship, and voters most likely inclined to support a Tea Party candidate, and people who have gone without food for 24 hours because they lack money or work. All in all, there's a coalition of groups of people who don't believe that Osama bin is dead. Are you one of those? 888-900-9966, 888-900-9966 is the number to call. Now, members of Congress are making appointments at CIA headquarters. Not every member of Congress, only select members of Congress, to view graphic photos of Osama bin Laden's corpse. I would presume that Congressman Mike Rogers, the chair of the Intelligence Committee, has seen or will see these photos, but the American people might have to wait decades to see these images of Osama bin Laden, who was killed in Pakistan by Navy SEALs during a daring middle-of-the-night raid. The CIA is allowing members of the House and Senate Intelligence and Armed Services Committees. That means that Congressman Mike Rogers could see them if he wanted to, and Senator Levin could see them if he wanted to. They're going to go into a secure room at the CIA headquarters in Langley, and they can't take copies of the photos with them. All they can do is go in and look. Access on Capitol Hill to privileged information, whether it's a military secret, a campaign strategy, or the identity of a political nominee, is the coin of the realm in Washington. So we'll talk with Congressman Rogers or Senator Levin, ask them if they're going to bother to go and look at these photos, and if they do, what the photos look like and that sort of thing, since you're not going to see it and I'm not going to see it, but they're going to see it. Maybe you don't want to see it. But if there are a number of people who think he's still alive, well, photos ought to do the trick. I hear they're very, very gory. 1 in 5 likely voters thinks Osama bin Laden is not dead. 888-900-9966 is the number to call. 888-900-9966. Congressman Rogers, for his part, says the U.S. has a chance to defeat al-Qaeda once and for all, and they should accelerate their efforts now. Quote, "This is the time to step on the gas and break their back." said Rogers, the chair of the House Intelligence Committee, during a speech to the Council on Foreign Relations. It's no opportunity for us to retreat. And he says the U.S. should spend more on technology that will make our analytical products exponentially better by giving analysts access to far more information. We're going to talk to Osama Sablani, the publisher of the Arab American News in Dearborn, and get his opinion on this story, too. One of Osama bin Laden's sons went missing on the night of the raid when the U.S. Special Forces stormed the squalid hideout of Osama bin Laden and shot the terror mastermind dead. The word is that Osama bin Laden's youngest son, 19-year-old Hamza, who's been dubbed the Crown Prince of Terror, escaped. The wives, apparently, of Osama bin Laden that have been captured by Pakistan and hadn't spoken to the U.S. yet have said that one of the sons escaped. 3 of bin Laden's wives and several of his children were taken into custody by Pakistani intelligence forces after the raid, but it appears one of the sons might have evaded capture, and he's the Crown Prince of Terror. Fascinating new details emerged of the U.S. assault force dispatched to find Osama bin Laden, including the president's insistence that it had to be large enough to fight off hostile Pakistani soldiers, if need be. I guess the president wasn't certain when we went into Pakistan to get Osama bin Laden that Pakistan wasn't going to attack the soldiers. And now, did the terror leader's son escape? And does he now take up the torch? Just like in North Korea or in Cuba. It's his brother in Cuba, but in North Korea, the dictatorship is handed down. So does this 19-year-old, the Crown Prince of Terror, Hamza bin Laden, become the new leader of Al-Qaeda? Another question we'll ask Osama Sablani when we talk to him later. He's not going to be too happy with us, though, because yesterday we talked to Pastor Terry Jones. And I'm going to play a piece of tape for Osama Sablani that Pastor Jones said about him and get his reaction. Pastor Terry Jones, as you know, tried to protest in Dearborn at the Arab American Center there, and the police arrested him. And he did eventually have a demonstration, but it was at City Hall, not at the Islamic Center. So now Pastor Jones wants to come back to Dearborn and says he's going to do it in June during the Arab American Festival, where you get 200,000 or 300,000 Arab Americans having a big summertime festival. And I'm told that it's quite Katrine Medawar has been there. She said it's like being in the Middle East when you're in the middle of Dearborn during this festival. And so Pastor Jones will be there, and we'll wonder what Osama Sablani thinks about that. We'll find out coming up shortly. And we'll find out next, too, what Osama bin Laden was thinking the next forefront of terror was. That'll be in just 3 minutes. It's Michael Patrick Shields, All Across Michigan.